Hi everybody! I'm a little bit late. I started right on time at noon and then I had to disconnect really quickly so that I could stop a dog fight. So we have two dogs and they don't often get along, especially when the mailman pops up at the door. So here we are. It is day 3 of Attracting Your Lasting Love and exploring the different relationship archetypes so that you could recognize yourself in one of these archetypes and attract better relationships to you. So today is day 3 and we're talking about the fearful avoidant relationship archetype today. And this archetype is really a complex type because of the learned behavior. So all of our types are learned behaviors, as we've been talking about all week, that it's learned behavior from a really young age. So this one here is a little bit complex in that it's a little bit country and it's a little bit rock and roll because it shares characteristics of both the anxious, ambivalent type that we talked about on Monday, and it also has characteristics of the avoidant, resistant type that we talked about yesterday. So with this particular type, this type wants to have connection and closeness and love, but they are afraid to be in the relationship. So they look for ways to sabotage it. And quite often they avoid being in a relationship at all because it makes them feel too vulnerable. So they want that intimacy, but they freeze when it happens. And they know that they need to go to others for support and that connection and things like that. But as soon as they go there and they get too close, they get scared and they pull away because they feel that being too close to somebody is actually going to hurt them. So some characteristics of this type in a relationship, because they have characteristics of both avoidant and anxious types, what happens is they will follow the lead of the partner that they're with. So for example, if this person is in a relationship with somebody who has an avoidant type and they're resistant to relationships, then this fearful avoidant type person will also mimic that avoidant behavior, right? So they never allow themselves to get too close to that person. They always keep them at a distance. So they follow the characteristics of that type. But that creates an emotional storm, which I'm going to talk about here in just a minute. And if this type is dating somebody that has more of an anxious type that they model, then this person, the fearful avoidant one, will become that same persona as that avoidant type. So basically, the person that we were talking about on Monday. So it creates an emotional storm because they want to try and keep their feelings at bay. This is a very sensitive type of person. But they're a little bit afraid of being in a relationship and falling in love and things like that. So what happens is they have all of these emotions and these feelings, and they try to contain them. And so all of these emotions, they don't know, they're trying to deal with them and not express them. So what happens eventually then is they're not able to contain them. So it becomes explosive. It's like the perfect storm, right? It's just this buildup of emotion and feeling, and then eventually it explodes. And it just really creates a lot of chaos in the relationship. And this person, they tend to be really unbalanced because they do long for that closeness and crave that intimacy. So when they are feeling a little bit rejected, they will cling to their partner. And then as soon as they get there and have that closeness with their partner, they'll feel trapped. And because they feel, they're just getting too close, so they have to back off. And oftentimes, this person will have, they'll just be not confident in going out there dating. They'll have these feelings like there's false starts, or perhaps, they're going to screw it up, or they're going to do it wrong. So how does this happen? And the other thing about this type is quite often they'll find themselves in an abusive relationship. And the reason that is because that's what they understand, because it is the learned behavior that they learned when they were young. So quite often this type will have been there will have been abuse at some point in their young lives, whether that was mental, emotional, physical. So the very person that they wanted to get close to and connect to was the very person that they're afraid of. So this person really has some unique challenges when they're in a relationship. But as we explore each one of these different relationship types, I want to impress on you that these are all learned behaviors, and we model them whether we're conscious of them or subconsciously aware of them. It formed the foundation for how we were going to move forward in our relationships as we progressed in our lives. And all of the relationships and experiences we've had so far up to this point in our lives really support what we've learned at a very young age. So we learned it at a young age, which means we can learn new ways of being now at this point in our lives. So, I want all of you to have really healthy and amazing relationships because you know what? We're human beings, and we need that connection and that intimacy in our lives. So I know that we have one more day left, and that's going to be on Friday. And I saved this this last type for the very last because they're really secure in relationships. They're very stable. They're very grounded, and it's this person that would be ideal for every single type, including their own, right? And so in order to attract that type of person into your life, it starts by recognizing kind of where you're at and what your patterns are. So what I would like to do, and what I'm going to be offering, is on Friday, after we finish up our final session, what I would like to do is have a free giveaway where I'm going to be giving 2 free breakthrough coaching sessions with 2 lucky winners. And so what we'll do in those 2 sessions is we're going to dive into who you are and what your patterns and characteristics are, so you can, truly identify and see where you are and what type of relationships you've been attracting so far. And then from there, once we've done that, then we're going to go and explore how you can start changing that. And really, it's the changing part that is the hard part, because that's where the transformation really comes from. And it's about, so loving yourself and accepting yourself that you don't need to go to external sources to have feel good enough or to be validated. My wish for all of you is to be in those relationships where you're not criticized for having feelings and emotions. You're not, put down because you happen to explode over something. My wish for you is that you all have those really, really healthy, stable relationships where, you feel comfortable and you feel good being in that relationship, but it really all starts from within ourselves. And that's where the transformation work comes in, and that's where I want to help you. And that is really the basis of all of the coaching that I do with my clients, is to really help them feel so damn good in their skin, and so that they can thrive in a really healthy relationship. So on Friday, between today and Friday, if you are interested in getting your name into a draw for one of the 2 free breakthrough coaching sessions with me, and to discover what your relationship type is, then send me a private message or send me an email. Let me know that you're interested. And then on Saturday morning, I'm going to be announcing the 2 winners from that draw. So, and then also on Friday, we're going to be talking about our final relationship type, which is a secure, stable type. And I'm also going to be announcing a really, really special Christmas and Boxing Day special. And I'm really excited to share that with you. So as always, I really welcome your comments and feedback, and I'd love to hear what you think about any of these archetypes, and where you see yourself in them. And that's it for today. That's all I have for today. And I thank you so much for joining. And hi, Joe, and hi, PJ. And we're just getting ready to sign off here, but I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you on Friday. Bye for now.